Good morning to the entire universe. Welcome to the final day of this West Indies Championship game. West Indies Academy, the home team, taking on the Jamaica Scorpions. West Indies Academy close day 3 at stumps and 256 for 5 or 59 overs. 231 dot balls, 29 boundaries, 2 sixes, 81 singles and 6 twos in the process. Bowen Tuckett is not out overnight on 46 from 59 balls, 87 minutes, 6 fours. And Teddy Bishop, 25, 43 balls, 35 minutes with 3 fours. Top scorer for West Indies Academy so far, Akeem O'Geese, the captain, 77, 108 balls, 168 minutes with 9 fours and 2 sixes. And Teddy Bishop, 57, 87 balls, 106 minutes with 8 fours. All to play for here in this important game. Jamaica seeking to get full points after they picked up first innings points. And Academy looking to create some history by needing 100 runs to win this game over Jamaica. I'm joined by my legendary colleague, Mally Richards. Good morning, Mally.
Morning, Vern. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, day 4 here. First 3 days has led us to this point. Expect a pretty exciting finish. It's been an enthralling contest over the last 3 days. Based on how things would have started on day 1, the Academy we have to give the Academy team a lot of credit for the position they're in right now. 256 for 5, still 100 to get 5 wickets in hand. Scorpions need a wicket early. They just need to open up one end here. Bowen Tuckett played beautifully yesterday. And he starts just how he left off. Worked nicely into the onside for 1.
Just a little heavy cloud cover. So
there is. Yeah, it's
a little thread of rain, maybe just a moving cloud.
Sun not really out in all its glory just yet. Starting with the spin of Brad Barnes. He's been the best bowler, I think, in this second innings for the Scorpions.
Partnership is 47 from 64.
Just what they needed. That's going down probably. But just as I said yesterday, Bern, not a big turner of the ball, Brad Barnes. He's going to be in between wicket and wicket. Your best served looking up in front of you in the V. Just looking to play that a bit too square once again. Maybe just sneaking down the leg side, but
seemed to have caused some problem when he's bowling to Joshua Bishop.
He bowls tight lines, very tight lines, Brad Barnes.
Bishop will have to be switched on this morning.
Stayed away.
He's bowling so quick, Mally, that it's gone for 4. The first boundary of the morning. Hits the rope. That was quick and fast, almost like that drifter. And Joshua Bishop has really got a good piece of willow in his hand there. He just opened the face of the bat and steered it, and it raced away down the hill for the first boundary of the morning.
Yeah, that first single got that target now down to double figures. We spoke about what an achievement it would have been for yesterday for the Academy to get it down to double figures. Not quite. It was 100. Now it's 95. That's sloppy from the wicketkeeper again. In fact, Bishop missed out on a few more runs.
If they want, they can get 3 byes.
Yeah, well, Campbell's not the quickest. He's been struggling with a leg injury. He put down a catch as well yesterday in that slip position by signal by umpire Basarath. It's been a good start here for the Academy. 1, 2 dots, 4, 2 byes.
Thomas is going to have to be a lot more neater. He's going to have to skip across and stop that. That's almost like a basic ball. Barnes. Nice flighted delivery to Bishop to complete the over. A dot ball. And in the process, first over for the morning. 7 runs, including 2 byes, 263 for 5.
Yeah, good start this from the academy. As we said yesterday, they maintained that healthy run rate throughout. It's just 93 now. I think this pair has to take them as deep as possible, Vern. Can't stress that enough.
And I think they have to see themselves as the final pair. That's how they have to approach it.
They've been the top two.
Yeah.
They've been in the top 3 run scorers for this academy team. Clark, Bowen Tuckett, Bishop. Maybe Bowen Tuckett and Bishop just a bit more consistent.
They both have hundreds for the season already as well. Carlin Bowen Tuckett at Kensington Oval in Barbados in the day night encounter. And Joshua Bishop against Trinidad and Tobago Red Force last weekend. But the man who seems to have caused some problems so far, OJ Shields, is starting from the CIU road end.
Big spell this for him and the Scorpions team. He's been the most likely, most threatening of this pace unit. Starts with a full toss. I've got to be on the money here right away, this Jamaica Scorpions bowling lineup. Both batters pretty confident. Picking up where they left off yesterday.
Yeah. Tuckett goes to 48.
His partnership must be about 50 now.
Certainly he's gone over 50. And the important that you spoke about that, Mally, because the highest partnership in the match came from Teddy Bishop and Akeem Ogis, 116.
That was the partnership that really gave the academy team some hope and some belief that, hey, we could chase down this massive total here in the 4th innings on the 4th day. The way they played beautifully. Akeem Ogis in particular, I thought he really showed how high his ceiling is. He was good off the front foot, back foot. They rotated strike, the way they ran between the wickets. In fact, that partnership has gone a long way in making up for just how sloppy they would have been in the field, especially in that first innings. They really maybe had a chat, spoke about nailing the basics of the game.
And during that innings, 256 for 5, they closed with 81 singles.
Yeah, they ran so well.
Back and across is Joshua Bishop. You know, I reminded from something you said yesterday, Mally. When your first approach when you saw Joshua Bishop come out was his defense, and you said
He was up for it.
I could tell you, Springs, when he's up for a big knock, how he's going to go about it.
Well, we've watched him now for a few seasons here. You tend to pick up on the tendencies, what these guys really like to do. At times he can come in and maybe not put that value on his wicket that you'd hope, because he's such a brilliant stroke maker and he can find the boundary so easy. But yesterday, with his team in a bit of trouble still a fair way to go, he came in and he really put his head down. Apart from that one reverse sweep, he hasn't put a foot wrong. Just has to remember he needs to keep looking up in front of him here in the V.
Seem not to be comfortable when facing a Brad Barnes. And as you rightly said, the presentation of his bat you got to look to hit the ball up in front of him. He wants to get fancy against Brad Barnes.
Yeah, because Barnes' lines are so tight. Really does put pressure on that front foot defense. If you misread length, he just gets the ball to skid through as well. Oh, that's an absolute peach. That's what we were speaking about with OJ Shields. He can produce genuine wicket-taking deliveries.
But not consistent enough.
29 years old now, but have a look at that. It's turned Josh Bishop inside out. Pace, bounce.
Really hitting the straps very, very, very hard, Shields. John Campbell, he has a headache.
In fact, he's gotten the most out of this CCG pitch as a fast bowler that we've seen in the last... Even in that Red Force attack, what we're seeing from Shields here, he's just getting a bit of response out of this pitch. Goes full, driven, down the ground, will be 4 more. That's what we're talking about with Josh Bishop. If he keeps looking up in front of him, playing down to mid-off and mid-on, the academy will get pretty close. It's going to take some special bowling here. Saw that almost unplayable delivery. Scorpions hoping that would have taken the glove, the outside edge.
And I don't think Shields need to worry about that. That's not bad. That's what you want. You want to be attacking this time, so that's okay. Keep coming again.
Just missed his length.
Yeah.
He's aiming for that Yorker length there, O.J. Shields. 5 runs from this over. So that rate, once again, healthy. Into the 30s is Bishop. Goes short. Pulled away. Not the most convincing stroke, but 1 run nonetheless.
Simply because he was looking to press onto his front foot. Didn't expect that short ball. Over-completed. And Shields is thinking, like, how did I not produce that Jaffer and find the edge? Academy, in the meantime, marching on to 269 for 5, 61 overs bowled.
As you said, Vern, just not consistent enough in the right area. If he can at least land 4 or 5, maybe just that touch fuller.
It's about building pressure.
It is.
And because Josh Bishop is a stroke player, you want to keep him in check. Even if you bowl him a maiden over and keep Callum Bowen Tuckett, make them guess for a while, like, hey, what's happening? We can't get a single, we can't get a boundary.
He's been good in this innings, to be fair. 2 for 37. Both him and Barnes have really kept the Scorpions in it. But just needs to be a bit more consistent. O.J. Shields land a few more, as we see there once again from Bad Barnes. Tight lines, just forcing Bishop to readjust. As we said, not the biggest spinner of the ball, but he does get it to drift away from the right-handers.
And he's using his variations every now and again. Just seems to get Joshua Bishop into a tangle. He's got to bowl the ball into the surface. Never know, anything can happen. One can scuttle around. This is the 4th day.
We have seen that.
269 for 5. Bishop is looking to put in a man of the match performance here. Bearing in mind that he picked up 5 wickets in the Jamaica second innings. Can get a lovely knot out here and get his team across the line. It could be a celebration for the academy. Turned into the onside. Getting an easy single. There just seems to be a sense of purpose with the addition of Andrew Coley to this unit. These are some of the boys that would have come through his hands. There has to be a belief that they can win the game. Callum Bowen Tuckett is back and turning that down the onside. We get a boundary, 50 for Callum Bowen Tuckett. Another half century to the 21-year-old division. He receives an outstanding ovation, standing ovation from his teammates. 62 deliveries, 7 fours, a strike rate of 83.87. Callum Bowen Tuckett registering another first-class half century.
Yeah, I think he's 5th now. The first-class level, Callum Bowen Tuckett. And he's been a man for a crisis. He's really improved with the bat over the last 12 months.
Lot of investment here, Mali.
Yeah, and he gets in at most times. That's the hallmark of a player that's really in tune with his game. Tends to start his innings replicate the start or build an innings in the same way more often than not. Looks to play straight. Good sweeper. It's good off the back foot. Gets in good positions as well when he's playing off the front foot. So, as we said, Callum Bowen Tuckett, he's on his way in terms of his career. Young Division wicketkeeper batsman.
Captain of the Leeward Islands under 19 in 2023 that won the under 19 championship as well. So he's got potential. He's showing leadership qualities all around.
Yeah, and what you like to see is that he's been invested in, but he's repaying that investment so far. Callum Bowen Tuckett.
Including his parents.
Yes.
Because outside of the academy, he's had stints in India as well. Going with Elvis out of Barbados, he's had a stint there. had some opportunities to play some cricket in India.
You can tell he's pretty proficient against this spin. The way he stays quite low and turns the not so short balls into short ones, pulls them away. At times maybe just misreads length a little bit, but not his biggest issue. He will learn his modes as he goes through his career.
Short ball there from O.J. Shields, and almost looked as if Joshua Bishop was going fanned at it, really. Was down the onside. We've got 2 men out in the deep for him, just in case he maybe is a top edge.
In fact, kind of missed out on that one. There's no fine leg, or is it?
Yeah, there is.
It's just been hidden by the post here from my vantage point.
It is Brad Barnes.
Yeah. I was going to say. Just needs to hone in on that area outside off stump. You can tell he's bowled 1. First one was down the leg side.
Sort of heavy cloud cover here still. Still no sun peeping through. So it's maybe cool for the fast bowlers. It'll maybe give Shields an opportunity so he can really run in and hit the deck. Some athletes like the sun on the back. He's coming from the CIU Road end here in Antigua and Barbuda. Behind him, the Jamaica flag, Antigua and Barbuda, and Cricket West Indies flag. Just for a moment, they thought they had a single there.
Once again, hitting the bat quite hard is O.J. Shields. Really like what I've seen from him, to be fair. It's been the most threatening, as we said, of this Jamaica Scorpions lineup. Makino Minley, he's been as professional as ever.
Yeah.
Looking to hit his areas. Accuracy, but it's just
Odin Smith has been the weakest link.
Yeah, he's been a little disappointing in the second innings. Maybe he can find something today. Still an opportunity for him once again on the back foot, looking to force this one. Hitting the bat hard is Shields, working up a nice bit of steam, bit of rhythm. Just got to pitch it up a touch now. 2 deliveries left. It's been his best over of the morning, as we see a few men actually walking down this watchtower. That's but the crane's probably holding it up, so he feels safe doing so. But considering there was a failed controlled demolition, I don't know if I'd be taking that risk, Vern.
Not at all. I don't like heights anyhow.
It's too short once again.
Yeah, and misses out again there.
Yeah, he misses out on that one. Can't quite catch up to that down the leg side.
Just needed to just get bat onto that. Let's look at that one there. Outside the lineman. It's got to be careful still. Don't want one to just roll off of your glove and then just lob up to Alden Thomas. Yeah, but that was offline, really. Some birds just scurrying around in front of Bad Barnes in the fine leg area. We're just looking for some food.
Is that a sign? Is that a sign for the Scorpions? Have they lost their sting? You know what they say about the blackbirds?
Yeah. And then Thomas, thinking about going down, wants to go down. He now goes down into his crouch position.
Does it mean impending doom for the Scorpions? Through him. Oh, no, not quite. That inside edge. That's the area we were talking about, Vern. Pitch it up just that bit fuller. Conditions here maybe suiting fast bowling a bit more. Look at that. Aiming at the stumps. Angled in.
So Brad Barnes has pulled Mali, and we're going to see Java Royal coming from the media center end for the first time. He really didn't get any purchase from the CIU Road end.
Yeah, he's been switched around, Java Royal. He's been disappointing in this match with the ball, to be fair. Yet to pick up a wicket in this second innings. He's been expensive by his standards. 12 overs, none for 57.
Yeah, it's been a headache for John Campbell. He seemed not to be able to figure out or he can't find a bowler who is willing to put his hand up and say, I'm going to be the one here who's going to win this game for Jamaica. It could be Royal.
Heavily packed offside field. 6 men on the 5 on the offside. No man patrolling the boundary there at cover.
Oh my gosh.
Confusion. Throw is wide.
Yeah, Bowen Tuckett was trying to sneak a single there.
Quite sure the single was on, to be fair. In the end, he was sent back by Bishop.
Yeah. Don't want to take that chance. Look.
It was a late decision.
Yeah, it was.
It would have been suicide, to be fair, in the end. He was quick in getting back.
Really
Good start this from Royal. Good areas. Looking to cut. Forces it away on the offside for 2.
He's very strong in that area, Mali.
Yeah, he's been very difficult to bowl to. He's been hard to contain in terms of that rotation of strike.
Because he has a lower base,
And he really uses the crease. He gets deep.
Now they made the adjustment to try and cut him out of that shot there. He goes on the other side now and gets another single.
Yeah, he's just manipulating the field. Is Bowen Tuckett quite nicely here.
Brandon King diving away at that one.
The issue for Royal is he served up a boundary ball every over almost. He's got 2 deliveries left, just 3 conceded.
And for Bishop, there's a new approach, Mali. Long on, long off. Sweeper on the offside. Because they know that he tends to go hard at the ball and he goes big.
Yeah, he's not afraid to clear the boundaries.
And he backs himself against Royal anyhow.
Yeah, he's a clean hitter, clean striker.
Over completed.
Man, of that over. His partnership now very valuable indeed. 68 of 93. Not a bad start this from Royal from the pavilion end. It's going to need to find something though.
Yeah.
Inching closer and closer are the academy to quite a famous win here at the CCG. It's been a down season for them, as we said. Lost every game bar 1, which they've drawn. Or they drew. 79 runs, 5 wickets in hand. Bowen Tuckett, key. Love to see the back of him here. How do Jamaica get him out?
It's been really a very spirited comeback performance from the academy after scoring 211 in the first innings. Inside edge. Inside edge. Saved him, Mali. Inside edge.
That's the area from Shields.
Yeah, inside edge.
Maybe just working it out now. He has to be that tad bit fuller here on this CCG pitch. Yeah. Honing in on the stumps. Maybe just the toe or inside edge there saving Bowen Tuckett.
He's got to keep fighting. Got to get that stride in. Get that bat in front of his pad.
But to add insult to injury, they snuck through for a single.
Yes. Sun now coming out in its glory. .278 for 5. Shields looking to create some magic for the Jamaica Scorpions. Leg before. Dead. Oh no! Hit outside the line of the off stump, caught into umpire Nigel Duguid.
Wow!
The Jamaicans can't believe it.
They're perplexed. Shields is disconsolate not to see That finger go up. Once again, bit fuller, kept a bit low. On the back foot. That looks like it's nailing that leg stump there. Or at least middle and leg.
Well, for us as the armchair umpire.
We're not important, to be honest. The important person is wearing black and white out there in the middle, and he decides not out from his vantage point.
And so Shields will have to go on board again. So he's working up something. This is good.
Oh,
it's going to have to be on the money.
I'd be disappointed. I'm not going to lie. Can he find another, Shields? Full again. Looking to play straight is Bishop. He's probably just camped on that back foot slightly.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful because he's already got a couple of sharp balls already. And that is playing in his mind, really. With Shields really hitting the bat hard, bowling a heavy ball. It's concerning for him. But he has to play each ball on its merit.
Yeah, it's been an exciting start today hasn't it? We've seen runs, a couple good deliveries from O.J. Shields in particular.
He just has to survive this spell, Joshua Bishop.
Inside edge coming to the aid of the academy batters. Full. So he's honing in on a good area. Is O.J. Shields. Maybe a tad bit straight, but nonetheless.
Dot ball.
The lengths are a lot better now. Just one conceded so far. We're saying this is really building into quite an exciting, building up to an exciting finish here.
Yeah.
On day 4. 126 fours in the match. Wow. So we've seen runs. 19 sixes. Well played. He gets in line this time, just outside the off stump, but a tad bit short. He's comfortable in that area, is Josh Bishop.
No, his mental attitude is going to be tested here, Joshua Bishop. Can he survive this spell? And here's where he's going to have to begin to concentrate. He's just moving around on his legs right now very quickly. And just keep looking up the V. So important. He's got to put his hand down and bat. Don't try anything. Because Shield is into a rhythm. Glides that's one down to Mackenzie at gully. Over comes to an end. Easily one of the best overs for the morning.
Yeah, he's backed it up. So he's maiden in the previous over. Just conceded one this time. He's starting to string a few overs, some good deliveries together. He's been a lot more consistent here. On the final day has O.J. Shields. He's been impressive. But the academy, the batting from this West Indies academy, a much maligned batting lineup coming into this match. Changes being made to the top order. Maybe hasn't quite worked out just yet. But we did see Mbeki Joseph bring up his maiden half century in that first innings. So that's a positive for the young man.
Tuckett.
Just there, he's so good.
Back and just works this.
So good in that area.
Into the square leg area for another single. And one thing about Bowen Tuckett, he's willing to just rotate the strike and allow Joshua Bishop, who we know is more explosive than him.
It's the beauty of his batting. But look at that rate, 57 off 69. He's kept scoring. They've found him a bit more difficult to bowl to than even a Josh Bishop. Even though Bishop maybe packs more of a punch, he's more of a power player. But Bowen Tuckett's quite surgical the way he finds the gaps. He just gets back, works it away, both onside and through the offside.
They both complement each other.
Oh, just...
He's out, ball and caught.
Is he?
He's hit that straight back to...
I'm not so sure, to be honest. In real time, did it carry? Let's have a look.
The umpires are having a discussion. Bishop doesn't feel so.
He's going down the ground. Yes, taken. Got the fingers under that one. Good catch that from Javar Royal, just what the Scorpions would have needed. There's a discussion going on now between umpire Dugood and Basarath. He's not given. He has not been given. Bishop has stood there.
Wow.
Did it bounce? Can you tell? We'd love to see this again. Bill Joe, pull that back up.
Ooh. Interesting.
There was an element of doubt for me in real time, to be honest. This is our third look. I think it may have just bounced before Javar Royal, to be honest, you know. It did. I think it just bounced ahead. Royal now. Big discussion with
sometimes you need
Josh Bishop.
Sometimes you need some luck.
You do. It happened very quickly, though, didn't it?
Very quickly, it did.
There was an element of doubt. That's good batting, that. Or gamesmanship from Carlin Bowen Tuckett. Just going down to calm Josh Bishop.
Because a lot of words would have been banding around still. Royal starts again. On drive. Down the ground.
He's going to have a few words with him here.
Yeah, but he's been low on energy, Mali. Even though he's a jovial guy, he's not bowled well. So
it did bounce. It did just bounce before.
So umpire Nigel Duguid, in consultation with Bassarat, ruled not out. On drive down the ground again by Colin Bowen Tuckett. I think Royal going to have to look to try and save that, Mali. He's just bowling and staying there. He's going to have to run across to be a fielder as well.
That's a very good point. If he brings that man a bit straight, it then forces Bishop to make a decision. Does he go a bit squarer? Does he go aerial? If he goes a bit squarer, it's less back face there. That's too easy to knock it down the ground for one. If he then misses it, looking to play a bit square, brings LBW into play.
Yeah. So an eventful over where we thought that the academy, Jamaica Scorpions, would have had a breakthrough. Campbell comes up to Royal and saying, take it easy, that's okay. That's how close it was. He's trying to give him some energy. But Royal is really low on energy.
Yeah, the head drops there. And Josh Bishop, it's good to see the young player really standing up to the maybe more senior professionals. It would be easy for him to maybe get a bit intimidated and walk off. But he really stood there. He knew that it had bounced before getting to Javar Royal. And you can tell by the reaction of the Jamaican team, to be honest, they knew it as well. They were maybe hoping to just
get one.
Yeah, luck could go their way.
Just wasn't to be.
For Shields, he's been the most threatening, hasn't he, Vern? He's been the most likely. We haven't seen Marquino Minley yet this morning. No. Odin Smith.
To 81 for 5.
Inching closer and closer. 77 away now. Driven. 4.
Beautiful shot. What an on drive.
That was 4 from the time it left his bat, Josh Bishop. So maybe that little controversy in the previous over has just got his competitive juices going again. Stood tall and just knocked that down the ground. His best stroke versus O.J. Shields this morning takes him to 39 now.
What I like about that shot is the positioning and the hips. Nice high elbow. And he's a strong bottom-handed player. So he leaned into it beautifully. And once he's hit the ball down the ground, he's looked very dangerous. Joshua Bishop.
Hammered in front of square.
4 runs.
That's going to be back-to-back boundaries. That just sat up for him.
Yeah.
So he's just maybe starting to spoil that good work that he would have done in the previous 2 overs. O.J. Shields choosing to go short. He's looked most threatening when he's pitched that ball up. That's been latched onto quite quickly by Josh Bishop into the 40s.
That's a nothing ball. Like I said to you, Mali, almost all of the pitches here, this Coolidge Cricket Ground, if you try banging in the ball, you really have to hit the deck. It's not going to take off. So you got to keep working.
Yeah, that only got about hip height. Wide outside the off stump, but at least he was a bit fuller. Drew that fast stroke from Bishop. Academy really looking favourites now. I did have them favourites coming into day 4. Just the way they would have batted that partnership by Bishop and Bowen Tuckett towards the end of day 3. They were under a bit of pressure. Another wicket would have really opened things up for the Scorpions, but they just kept on in their mode, knocking the ball into gaps. When they got the bad balls, they put them away.
Loose shot there from Joshua Bishop, but he was in the range there.
He's got to remember, he's already got 8 from this over.
Yeah, no need for him
no need to take a risk.
Big risk. Stand up and bat. Just keep batting. Colin Bowen Tuckett just inching down, just coming to remind him, take it easy. We're coming up to the first hour of break, and we've seen a consistency, Mali, where we've either lost wickets just before or after. It's coming up to that period of play here. If we're looking at our clock,
still got about 27 minutes or so to the first drinks break, first hour of play.
But you gotta still don't feel like it is all over yet. Keep batting. Ken going for a heave. So this must be encouraging for Shields as well too.
This is where Bowen Tuckett just needs to come down and have a word.
He's doing it. He's coming again.
This is where you probably just want to hear that calming voice from a coaching staff member or so, just saying, come on, Bishi. You've already got 8.
But he's the sort of player, Mali, when he gets into a zone, he goes, he just keeps going. He now has to remember one ball at a time. Got 8 runs out the over already.
This partnership, 81 from 111.
Important.
Big delivery this for Shields. Does he go a bit fuller? Has to be full on that off stump. Nicks him off, but 4 runs. Just the one slip and gully. Huge gap there. Down to third man. So an expensive over. 12 runs coming from it. He was in it at one point, O.J. Shields.
Lost the plot.
Yeah, he's just lost the plot in terms of his lengths. Just a bit too short. Every time he's pitched the ball up, he's caused a bit of problems.
Umpire Bassarat just coming across and saying, please, get off the field. We're not into the water break yet. Joshua Bishop just getting some revival very quickly. With some electrolytes into the system.
Yeah, he's 49 of 80.
So good morning to President Junior in Jamaica, West Indies Academy, Michael Chambers in Connecticut, the folks in Jamaica who are glued to their television looking at this enthralling encounter. And maybe looking to spin the cards. Who'd bet against Jamaica? Who'd bet against the Academy? Who look like favorites for the meantime. Royal looking to create some magic.
Finally, it's finding something, a bit of turn and bounce. Just luring the young wicketkeeper batsman into a defensive stroke. A bit wide of that off stump. He was forced into play, to be honest. Needs a wicket. Needs a wicket. 64 runs conceded from his 14. Goes back, punches. Another single, every run greeted by applause from the West Indies Academy dugout.
And also the parents of the mother of Colin Bowen Tuckett. They're on the right side of us, and the O'Gee's family. You won't be able to see them. It's just a little bit high. Sun is now belting down here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground.
Playing a miss. Side that off stump. Good length. That from Royal.
Just needs one for his 50.
Yeah, he's Maybe starting to find something here on day 4.
Bishop 49.
Just a bit of turn there. Well played in the end from Josh Bishop.
Yeah.
He said Byrne just 1 away from another half century.
He's knuckling down again, Mali.
Yeah, he is. He's just gone back to being a bit more circumspect.
So, Shields might be pulled out of the attack. It's time for Minley, the senior pro. New pair of gloves coming out for Joshua Bishop. Bassarat just coming across and saying, listen, not much time wasting. We don't need any time wasting here.
Looks like they've chosen a different method now, Vern, to bring down the watchtower. Looks like they're going to break it down from the top down.
They're gonna, that's what you call, right? That's going to be a challenge, Mali, for them.
I think it should be a sign. 61 required.
295 for 5.
To get it down to 50 next target. 11 runs or so.
We need 61 singles, as we would normally say. Hope we don't get a tantimal action here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. But this is good for West Indies cricket. Antigua and Barbuda Cricket Association 2-day championship kicking off anytime soon. There's a big clash. Maybe just 5 minutes away from us here at New Winchops. PIC Liberta Blackhawks taking on the New Winchops Lions. Wonder if Kareem Ago and company will be playing in that one.
Yeah, they wrapped up their game yesterday, didn't they, versus the combined colleges and campuses. Aerial, slightly aerial from Bowen Tuckett. Not quite the same pace on these deliveries from Marquino Minley that we saw from O.J. Shields.
Yeah.
So he's probably best served getting in that ring field, having that short extra cover there, catching. Maybe catch these academy batters just playing a bit too soon.
Yeah, and because of that, his lack of pace, Minley, Alden Thomas is deciding now that he's going to go up to the stumps now, because the advancement of someone like a Joshua Bishop would feel that he wants to advance to him, so he's making him stay in his crease. Good move here. Maybe forcing him on some pressure as well too. He's 49. Maybe giving him something else to think about. Just as you rightly said, Mali, he's maybe closing in now. We have a real inner ring, giving him something to think about. Bishop 49.
Nicked off. Nicked off.
That is a poor shot. Trying to play fancy. It worked.
Bit of swing. Fantastic bit of wicket keeping that from Arlene Thomas. Good take. Bishop was approaching his 4th half century at this level. But just at the right time, the experienced pro, Marquino Minley, hitting that slightly foolish length. And bit of bounce going away, but naughty stroke, as he said, Vernon. He slams his bat in disgust. Could allow that through to the wicketkeeper, but he has to go. Big wicket. Jamaica Scorpions right back in it. Nathan Edward, the new batter at the crease.
Game situation. It's bouncing. It's over your stump. There's no need for you to be following it and trying to get fancy. And that's what happens. The habits just creep in, Mali. Talking about the mental pressure.
Have a look at that take. Getting up on his toes, Alden Thomas. Having a little naughty fiddle away from his body was Joshua Bishop. Maybe it just started to lose concentration. But a big wicket nonetheless.
60 required. Discipline leads to habits. Habits leads to consistency. And consistency leads to growth. It's game awareness situations. You don't allow the team to have a glimmer of a hope that they can come right back in. Once you recognized that Thomas was coming up to the stump, then you had to be more circumspect. Just drop your hands.
Left-handed Nathan Edward. face up to his first delivery from Marquino Minley. Big partnership comes to an end. Was approaching 100, that partnership between Carl Bowen Tuckett and Josh Bishop. '87-run partnership. Good start this from Edward. Also good bowling from Minley, honing in on the pads of the young left-hander. It's going to take a supporting role from him. He can bat. Nathan Edward was not out 5 in that first innings. Can they eke the 60 out for the next 4 wickets? Lane still to come, Blades and Pittman. Past the outside edge. Past the outside edge. A few mind games being played now. Marquino Minley on the money. Pitched on off. Just going away. As you see Nathan Edwards just motion there. That just went away off the seam. Upon touching down. Just got to get a start here. All the time in the world for these academy batters. Full. Covers up outside the off stump. Jediah Blades got 22 off 7 in that first inning. Strike rate of 314, 1 4 and 3 6s. If he can replicate something close to that here in this second innings, the Academy should come out victorious, but they'll be hoping it doesn't even get to Jediah Blades. Edwards and Bowen Tuckett at the crease, worked away for 1. Timed quite nicely. They'll push for 2. Edwards quick, comes back. Not the strongest of throws from Brad Barnes there at fine leg. So good end to the over for the Academy. But a successful one nonetheless. Do the Scorpions have a sting in the tail? Big wicket of Joshua Bishop going in that Minley over.
Yeah, and what was also so important, it was the partnership of 87 from 120 balls, 76 minutes and growing. And within that partnership, we had 7 fours. And Jamaica now feeling and believing that, hey, we maybe, is this big belief that they can be able to get in there to 96 for 6. They require 60 runs. They need 60 singles. Well, in fact, it can't be 60. Our scores playing cat and mouse game with us here. At 2 days should be 58. I think it's 58. So they haven't caught up with us yet. Tuckett stands up straight and plays it right up to King, who's very close in their cover.
This Bowen Tuckett wicket of utmost importance here for the Jamaica Scorpions. Going past the outside edge. Big shout.
Can't be for stumping. Let's see that again. They're appealing for stumping. Thomas thought he had him. Fell down on the ground, Thomas. Did Colin Bowen Tuckett go anywhere? What do you think, Mally?
Not sure if that toe was on the line. And the heel did come down a bit late. Thomas was convinced.
He was.
Umpire Duguid not so much.
Two.
Should be 58 runs required.
Yeah, it should be.
Those final 2.
Taking a long time
We
to
still got
switch
the
up.
Minley over on screen. This one's hammered. Past that man. They'll get. No, he does a bit of fancy footwork there to save the boundary.
Looks
OJ
like
Shields.
OJ Shields.
Opting to bring the sweep out is Bowen Tuckett. So he's going to continue in this vein. Just looking to find the gaps. Looking to keep the pressure on these Scorpions bowlers. As we said, his wicket key now, Vern. 62 of 77. He's maintained a healthy scoring rate throughout.
On drive, down the ground, 300 up for the West Indies Academy.
Yeah, real milestone that. 300 for 6. 69 point. Should be 4 overs now.
Yeah, 62. 63 to Callum Bowen Tuckett. This now brings Nathan Edwards, who's an accomplished player. He can bat. Over comes to an end. We are really into what we call the climax moment. Some 11 minutes to go before the first hour. And everybody's on edge more or less. Jamaica Scorpions need another wicket. Academy needs 56. Callum Bowen Tuckett stands between the Jamaica Scorpions. If they could just pick him up, means that Lane would then have to come in. But we may be thinking far ahead of ourselves for the meantime.
Just his second match, Nathan Edward debuted last week versus the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. Still only 19, one of the younger members of this West Indies Academy setup. So he'll be feeling the pressure. It's going to be Minley to continue. Thomas standing up to the stumps. Affecting quite a good catch in that last over. Fantastic take. Got big on him, but rode the bounce. Got up on his toes. It's a sharp chance. Moving Joshua Bishop, as Vernon said, 87-run partnership. Broken. Worked away. Once again from Bowen Tuckett. It'll be interesting to see just how Jamaica attack Nathan Edward here. Been a bit more defensive to Bowen Tuckett, but with that wicket of Bishop, it's opened up one end for him. As we said, he's quite inexperienced, just playing his second match. Still only the one slip in the gully. Fine leg. Odin Smith, a backward square. Brandon King in that short mid-wicket position. OJ Shields mid-on. JaVale Glenn, who dropped that absolute sitter. Remember that. Dropped a easy catch yesterday at mid-off. Now they're choosing to pack this slip cord, and Gully comes back in. Just the one slip still. King comes into that catching extra cover. Edge falls just short of Johnny Campbell. So we're saying they've got to get another slip into Nathan Edward. It's their opportunity, their best opportunity for wickets. Once again, on the line of middle, maybe just carrying to Johnny Campbell. He's chosen to go with his palms facing down. Didn't look to get his fingers underneath that one. We'll have another look at that. It was a sharp catch. It was on the way down when it got to him at first slip. He's more looking to stop it than catch it. Upon seeing that in real time, Johnny Campbell. Was that another chance? Let's have a look at this again. On middle, bounce. Bit of extra bounce. In fact, I'm not so sure he was on his camped on that back foot. Should have been looking to come forward. Maybe more of a half chance, but they've got to take these chances when they're presented this Scorpions team. They're under pressure, under the pump. Every run vital. Min Lee has joined the party. Have a look at this. Hey. Good delivery there in a half from Bowen Tuckett. Good sharp fielding from Royal, but they're quick to scamper through for a single. Good end to that over for West Indies Academy. Keeps Bowen Tuckett on strike. It's important he faces most of these deliveries as well. He's been the most comfortable of the West Indies Academy batters in this match. 2.5 centuries, 57 off 100 in the first innings, 65 off 84. The top score from Aki Mogis at 77 yesterday. Brilliantly played. Shots all around the ground. Extra cover drive in particular off the front foot. As near perfection as you get for a left-hander. Royal to continue. He's been better here this morning. He's been a bit more consistent. Bounce. As we said, he's been better today, Javar Royal. Maybe a few more foot marks to aim at outside the off stump. He's getting a bit of purchase, bit of bounce. It's been a lot more consistent. Sweep. Swept behind square. Will be 4. Just erring in line as Royal. That customary boundary just coming back to haunt him. He's building into a nice over, nice rhythm, nice groove. Maybe choosing to go for the quicker delivery, that arm ball. Starting straight, ended up down the leg side. Quickly latched onto by Bowen Tuckett. That man OJ Shields now moves to behind square on the onside. Was in front on that previous delivery. This one's knocked down the ground. Glenn has to look to save that. Almost a look of resignation from the Scorpions fielders now. The head's beginning to drop. Below 50 runs required. 309 for 6. Nicely played from Edward to finish. Royals hunt for a wicket continues in the second innings. It's been a lot better though, to be fair, apart from that delivery. Poorly lined, put away by Bowen Tuckett. 17 overs. He's bowled 57 dots in those 17 overs, but he's conceded 73 runs, Javar Royal, and he's gone wicketless.
That could play with your mental side, understanding that you really want to get a wicket, you want to be in the conversation. And the senior pro, Min Lee, has certainly put his hand up. almost had that wicket of Nathan Edwards there. Campbell just not being able to get the fingers under it. Minley still working. Tuckett. It's just turning this to Royal at the short mid-wicket area. 9 minutes before the first hour play here. 209 for 6. Bishop 49, 85 balls, 76 minutes, 8 fours. Academy is 300, 422 balls, 291 minutes, 35 fours and 2 sixes. Campbell now takes himself out of the slip cordon and is... Where is he going now?
Don't mind this. Putting himself in that short mid-wicket catching position. It's an area for Tuckett where he just knocks it into the onside, gets off strike, finds it quite easy to rotate strike in that manner.
So they're maybe trying to force him now to play a new shot. He'll have to keep looking up the V, especially to Minley.
Yeah, Minley's been good. He's been accurate. The line of... He's been attacking the stumps.
Get that bat in front of that pad all the time, Bowen Tuckett. He's concentrating. He's talking to himself. A lot of responsibilities on his shoulders, and like you always say, Mali, he's a man for the crisis. These two would have played at the under 15, under 17, and under 19 level, Edwards and Tuckett.
And as we were saying, Nathan Edward, one of the younger members of this West Indies Academy, still only 19.
Only 19. Been around for some time.
He's played 2 under 19 World Cups.
Made the Leeward Islands under 15 at age 12, so he's been around for some time.
He's played in the junior PSL in Pakistan as well.
Plays for the TK Knight Riders as well, too, in the CPL. Stands up straight is Tuckett. This has been a good spell here from Minley.
It's been a good spell, but it's been some good batting this from Bowen Tuckett as well. Just readjusting to what the Jamaica Scorpions are throwing at him. More, they're attacking the stumps more. They've adjusted the field, just the gully in. They're looking to plug his scoring areas.
He's very compact in defense as well too, Bowen Tuckett.
And just there, I told you I did like that position from Johnny Campbell.
Yes, it worked.
It has worked. Bit of bounce. Marquino Minley once again. Bowen Tuckett falls.
Turned him around.
Just on the stroke of drinks. He goes for 70. Bit of bounce. Couldn't keep this one down.
Turned him around.
Looking to work it away. Hit high on the bat. Near the splice. And drinks comes on. Huge wicket.
The senior pro, Mark Minley, puts his hand up.
Jamaica Scorpions now will fancy their chances.
The 9 for 7 as the break comes up. 73 overs bowled. So, welcome back after the first hour of play for the morning. Very enthralling. Tuckett Bishop back in the pavilion. Tuckett 95 balls, 148 minutes with 8 fours. And Edwards comes forward to a nice flighted delivery. Teddy Bishop, Joshua Bishop, 85 balls, 76 minutes, 8 fours. 309 for 7. Academy require 97. Ewan Lane has come out. But it is Edwards in strike, who comes quietly forward. Nathan Edwards. This game watched by number of folks from all over the world. Very enthralling. If you're a betting man, who you be betting on? Jamaica Scorpions or the Academy down the onside? Royal.
What were we saying yesterday in terms of Johan Lane's development, especially with the bat? I think maybe he hasn't quite taken his batting as seriously in the last couple of matches. But he's been put in a situation here where he's been forced to. So we'll see how he goes about it. Hasn't really put the value on his wicket that you'd expect, especially for someone who I think possesses an immense amount of talent, not only with the ball. He's got 2 first-class half-centuries. He's a fearsome striker of the ball, as we like to say. He uses his long levers that reach. He's a tall guy. But he's going to have to bat properly in this situation with that wicket of Bowen Tuckett going down. Just needed to get that past that man in Blackwood there.
He missed out there, Nathan Edwards, and he knows that as well. 18 overs completed. And Royal still not in the wicket column, not for 73. It now, as Mally was talking about, Ewan Lane, who's quite capable. And today is a day for him to be able to put his hand up for his team. They require 47 singles. A discussion taking place.
Just losing wickets at the wrong time. The Academy, both Bishop and Bowen Tuckett now back in the pavilion. All of a sudden the momentum with the Jamaica Scorpions. Marquino Minley, he's been superb in his spell here today, picking up 2 wickets, 2 big wickets of Bishop and Bowen Tuckett. Set batters, still a very good pitch this for a 4th day at the Coolidge Cricket Ground.
Thomas is still up to the stumps for Marquino Minley.
Still think there's a twist yet to come in this match. Lane to face up to his first delivery, and he covers up. So that's a pretty good indication there of how he's going to look to go about it. Obviously, if Minley just over pitches, I think Lane is going to go hard, but that first delivery, the way he played that, should give that dressing room an element of confidence in terms of the mindset of Yogi Lane. It's gone high and he's hold down.
He's giving it away.
I'll put the mockers on him. Oh my word, Yogi Lane.
He's giving it away.
Once again, he's been put in a situation where he just needs to assess. He's got all day to bat.
Jeez.
Once again, hasn't given himself the best opportunity. Marquino Minley, though, picking up his 3rd. And as we've said, with the wickets of Bishop and Bowen Tuckett, Jamaica Scorpions favourites. Now Lane back in the pavilion brings Jediah Blades to the crease.
Game awareness. Game awareness. Not to the pitch of the ball. Head just hoisted his head. Didn't get anywhere near close to the pitch of the ball. Can't give away your hand like that. After you've been bowling for 2 innings, just struggling to get 5 wickets, and then you just come and just give someone a wicket.
It's what we've been seeing from Yogi Lane in the last few games, to be honest. A real loose nature to his batting. Almost giving you the impression that he doesn't really value his wicket that highly. He's just out there for a fun time. Not saying that's the case. That's the impression you get from the outside looking in. We spoke about it last week. Thought maybe that words would be had. Because we've seen him play so well here as coming in at number 8 or 9 in this West Indies Academy lineup. Really lengthens the batting lineup, but mentally hasn't been up to it with the bat. 8 wickets down now. All of a sudden, Scorpions stinging these West Indies Academy batters.
Pretty interesting field here now, Mali.
Still just the gully.
Deep backward square,
remember
mid-wicket. Yeah.
22 off 7 in that first innings.
Sure.
1, 4, 3 sixes. He was striking at a rate over 300. We did say if he replicates anything like that, at least he'll get close. But he's under pressure. Different situation this. He'll be thinking, can't afford to throw my wicket away a la Yogi Lane. Got to bat properly here. Still got a pretty competent batter at the other end in Nathan Edwards. Just 3 off 12. Slower delivery. So, bringing out all the skills here is Marquino Minley.
Yeah, some cutters. Using his variations and his experience.
Back of the arm. Slowy that one. Maybe just drifting down the leg side.
309 for 8.
But yeah, you got to fancy Jamaica in this situation.
Minley has turned the game on his head for the Jamaica Scorpions.
3 for 45.
Stands up straight, blades and punches it into the offside. Odin Smith runs in off the boundary. And the left-hander Nathan Edwards, very accomplished so far in his batting. He comes in to strike. As you rightly said, Mali, is there another twist to this game still?
I think we just saw it with that wicket of Johan Lane, to be honest. I think if Lane could have at least gotten a start.
Maybe got a 20.
Yeah, alongside Nathan Edward. Might have just been enough to get them over the line.
It was not to be. The experienced pro Minley bounding away from CI Road and to Edwards. It's gone past him. Played in the end by Nathan Edwards. Good take by Thomas. And over comes to an end.
Yes. Ever since Aldine Thomas has actually stood up to the stumps, it's been our Jamaica Scorpions, to be fair. Took that sharp catch. Minley's lines have been tight. Not too many bad deliveries. Now, without the batters at the crease, they can really look to apply pressure back on to the bowlers in terms of limiting the rotation of strike.
Jamaica looking for 16 points here. They've already picked up first innings points here. And the academy would want to upset the apple cart here. They're still in this contest.
Just like that, 46 runs looks a long way away, Vern. Just 2 wickets in hand.
Pressure applied here on Blades now. Silly point, slip, long on, long off. No. Campbell saying you want his long off to come up. Keep his long on. Mid-wicket cover, backward point, sweep on the offside. Royals searching for a wicket.
Got to get 2 in here. Got to have 2 men in.
He's now
Especially with Blades on strike.
He's now switched the silly point to short leg, but as you said, Mali, get somebody in front of him a little closer.
Got to be ultra attacking. Trying to win a game. He's gone across the line. Given! I think that's a good decision there.
That is a poor shot by Blades.
Finally, Javar Royal gets into the wicket column. He's lapping up the congratulations from his teammates. Wide of the crease. Blades looking for that sweep stroke. In fact, right in front. Nailing middle enough. And I think very good decision from Nigel Dogood.
No, I think it
Was it Bassarath?
Yeah,
yes.
Mr. Bassarath.
Umpire Bassarath, my bad. Blades goes back for one. And the Academy all of a sudden staring down the barrel of another defeat. Looks like snatching defeat from the jaws of victory almost. Brings Kelvin Pittman to the crease. In at number 11. Gotta have 2 men in. Where's the other helmet?
It's all well, Mali, to tell someone to sweep, but what are you sweeping? You
Gotta pick the length.
Yes.
Still
you can't
got-
sweep a full ball that is pitched between. Just look to keep the ball out, hit the ball up in front of you. Everybody's like to tell players sweep. What are you sweeping? You have to. It's an art.
All the time in the world as well, just to really look to get bat on ball, look to play defensive, at least get acclimatized to the conditions. Chose the wrong option on that occasion, Jediah Blades. Royal with the opportunity to win the match here for his team.
He's been low on energy, but this would give him some confidence.
It's only around half an hour or so the heads of the Jamaican Scorpions fielders, bowlers are beginning to drop.
Get that silly point in front of Pittman's face.
Yeah,
Put
it's
some pressure on him.
Stay past the outside edge.
Get a man in front of his bat. Give him something to think about. And just toss it just above his eye line.
Odin Smith at long on.
Excuse me.
Past the outside edge once again. Just missing that off stump. 2 deliveries remaining in this over.
Kelvin Pittman seems to be batting with a stump.
Huh.
Can't seem to be able to get the complete bat on to get close to the ball. This time, comes quietly forward. Silly point, Mali. Silly point. Get that silly point in. Silly point short leg, maybe 2 slips. Flat and fast, arm ball. So over comes to an end.
Yeah, successful over that for Javar Royal. All of a sudden we see the spectators there. As you're seeing the parents of Akeem O'Geese and mother of Carlin Bowen Tuckett. Looks like high performance director Dwayne Gill as well.
Is that Mr. Best there as well too? I think I saw Joel Andrews' mother there as well too, giving some support. 3:10 for 9. How will Nathan Edwards play now, Mali? This is going to be key. Because he'll have to try to get as much of the strike as possible.
Yeah, he's going to have to look to farm the strike. And as we said, not the most experienced at this level. Being thrust into this position probably for the first time. Valuable experience for him. Can he rise to the challenge? Shields back. Minley out of the attack. 3 for 45 from his 13.
Maybe that extra pace.
Past the outside edge. Good start this. Round the wicket from OJ Shields. Through on the bounce. Good take from Aldane Thomas. Just caught in the crease slightly. Nathan Edward. How does he look to score? Where are his scoring options? He's got 1 slip. Deep backward point. Javar Royal in at extra cover. Looks at Marquino Minley at mid-off. Quite deep. Just hit the ball up to Javel Glenn. Mid-on. He's got a short leg. Kirk McKenzie in that position. Brandon King. Mid-wicket. We've got fine leg in Brad Barnes and deep backward square in Odin Smith. So score, big gap on the offside.
2 for 50 Shields so far. He's into his 14th over.
He's choosing not to take the run here.
Yeah.
Nathan Edward.
Antigua and Barbuda Cricket Association to their championships. Jennings Tigers will be home to All Saints. At Rising Sun, they'll take on Empire Nation. Pigots, Bowen Blasters, they'll be home to Bowen Blasters. And at New Winthrops, the big one, PIC Liberta Blackhawks. And at Factory, School will see if they can dismantle Bethesda Golden Eagles. Here's Edwards having a hook at one from Shields outside the line of the leg stump. Not being able to click that one up. Academy have lost Lane, Blades, Bishop, Tuckett. Still all to play for in this important encounter. This can go right down to the wire. Down the onside again. Edwards missing out there. Not being able to get that onto the ball.
Did get something on it. Maybe a bit of glove, bit of an under edge. Let's have a look at this again. Did. In fact, ended up going through to the wicket keeper. Just needed to make contact on that. Brad Barnes is quite wide at that fine leg position.
Shields into his 14th over, 13.4 overs, 1 maiden, 50 runs, 2 wickets. Marquino Minley, 13 overs, 2 maidens, 46 runs, 3 wickets. Odin Smith, 5 naught, 36 naught, with 3 no balls.
Haven't seen him today. This one's flown away from past that square leg.
And he gets the strike.
Just 1 run from that over. Lacey's on strike for the next. Nathan Edward.
Sure, so Shields finishes with 2 for 51 so far. Jermaine Blackwood, 3 overs, 1 maiden, 13 runs, no wicket. Java Royal, 19 overs, 2 maiden, 73 runs, 1 wicket. And Brad Barnes, 23 overs, 1 maiden, 80 runs, 2 wickets. Royal will be looking to win this game for the Jamaica Scorpions. $311 for 9, 77 overs bowled, 17 extras, 6 byes, 6 leg byes, 5 no balls within the process. Top score, Bowen Tuckett with 70, Teddy Bishop with 57, Akeem Ogie 77.
That's the
Sorry,
top
I did
score.
make a mistake there. Joshua Bishop 49. And they'll go back and, if they don't win this game, and look at the patches as to where they would have maybe fell off. In a score, in a chase, you normally want to have somebody who would give you a big score. 3 half centuries within the process.
I was just going to say, Nathan Edward is going to look to have to find a boundary option here. At least he gets 2, gets back on strike. I think the area in which they really have to look back is in that first innings and just how sloppy they were in the field with the overthrows, the missed chances. Every run vital. Quite a few extras from them. Just there, he's looking for 2 again. Should come back for 2.
Yeah, Campbell.
It's Campbell after that. He's been hobbled.
He's been in the wars.
Yeah, he's going to need to get fit as well. If you think about it, as good a form as he's in, he's going to really have to be able to be a bit more mobile.
Yeah, well, the groin is always a problem, eh?
Maybe he's looking forward to this 2-week break in order to rest and recuperate.
But it's always going to be a problem anytime you get a groin injury, especially take some time, rehab. Don't maybe want to tear it either. Well,
Silly point comes out, goes back to point. Hit straight back, chance. Woo! So he got one to catch this time, Javar Royal.
And he dropped it.
Yeah, it was a bit too hot to handle. Edward advancing.
Royal not responding.
Off the fingers. He's got to try and keep Edward at this end. Get Shields into him.
Yeah.
To Pittman.
I think Edwards just needs to get a single. I think Pittman has shown that he can survive to Royal.
Campbell comes in. Odin Smith as well comes off the boundary into the circle at mid-off. Big shout, big shout.
Came off the pad. Came off the pad. Came off the tight pad. Good take by Alden Thomas.
Big conversations going on there. Kelvin Pittman then in conversation with Johnny Campbell. Campbell very upset not to have that go their way. Johnny Campbell telling Kelvin Pittman, just bat, you're not the umpire, mate.
Pittman has to forget about that. He has to concentrate. Look to get a single. That's got to be his objective. Don't get distracted. It's mind games. Got to stay in the game.
Flatter, faster.
He's out caught behind now.
What a catch.
He's out caught behind now.
Jamaica Scorpions win. Royal picks up his second against the run of play almost here on day 4.
And wins the game for the Jamaica Scorpions.
They come back at the end. What a comeback it was by the Scorpions for much of this day. Looked like maybe Bishop and Bowen Tuckett would take them home. Wasn't to be. The much maligned Royal in this game takes the final wicket. Sharp catch behind the stumps once again from Arlene Thomas. Thick edge. Edwards goes. Scorpions win.
Game done and dusted. A very good cricket game being played. Academy dismissed for 315 in 78 overs, falling by some 41 runs.
Disappointing, Vernon, from an Academy perspective. They came here expecting possibly to come out winners, maybe picking up their first win this season. That hunt for a first win continues. They'll go away for the next 2 weeks. They'll be very disappointed indeed. But they should be able to take some encouragement from how they fought their way into a winning position in this game with some slightly more disciplined cricket. Maybe in that first innings could have been a different story.
Yeah. A game I think that they've got to start to work on, which is their mental side, Mali, in terms of the batting and understanding the game awareness situation of the game. Bishop will look back. Joshua Bishop will look back and recognize that he maybe might have gave the opening into the Jamaica Scorpions in terms of the way he got out. The wicketkeeper Thomas came up. He was on 49. And all he had to do was just drop his hand there. Don't look to get fancy. Open the gate. And that was it.
Exactly. As we said, they just needed to open up one end. Started really well, that partnership, once again this morning. They were finding run scoring quite easy, Bishop and Bowen Tuckett. But it was that Bishop wicket. Sharp catch. Standing up to the stumps, Alden Thomas. Marquino Mindy, we've lamented his senior pro status here at the first class level for the Jamaica Scorpions. Once again, he exhibited it just when they needed it the most. Brought in from the CIU road end. Removing Bishop first, then Bowen Tuckett. Quite an inspired bit of captaincy from Johnny Campbell, to be fair, taking himself out of the slip into that short mid-wicket catching position. And there he was. The plan worked. And ever since that Bowen Tuckett wicket went down, you got that feeling that really Jamaica Scorpions were on their way to a much-deserved victory.
Yeah, and just to give you a recap in terms of what would have happened in the innings based on the process, the Jamaica Scorpions have won by 40 runs, dismissing the academy. Main scorers lost the wickets today. Teddy Bishop, 49, 85 balls, 76 minutes, 8 fours. The 300 came off, 422 balls, 291 minutes with 35 fours and 2 sixes. Bowen Tuckett in the end. Dismissed for 70, 95 balls, 148 minutes with 8 fours. His 50 came off, 62 balls, 78 minutes and 7 fours. And the partnership with Bishop and Tuckett yielded some 87 runs, 120 balls, 76 minutes, 9 fours. The 50 came off, 62 balls, 98 minutes and 7 fours. And that was the partnership. Once that was broken, then it just gave an opportunity for the floodgates to be opened. I look around here now and I recognize that a number of the officials and coaches are having a conversation. The parental support for the West Indies Academy has been huge. You have Sonia Tuckett, the mother of Bowen Tuckett, who, along with the Ogis mother and father, really coming out to support there. But it's been a good cricket game, and the academy don't think they can hold their heads down, Mali. They have to go back to the drawing board. They've got 2 final round matches to come, and they have to quickly improve on their mind power and their mindset in terms of how they're approaching the batting and understanding the game away in a situation that is placed in front of them. But it's been a remarkable game outside Mali.
Yeah, as you said, Vernon, they can take an element of confidence away from the fact that they battled back. The way in which they battled back in this match. For long periods, they would have been behind the 8 ball. Started yesterday in terms of how they came out on day 3 and really bowled quite cleverly, executed well, made run scoring quite difficult. In the end, bowling out Jamaica for 191, giving themselves a chance to bring up a victory. That partnership between Bishop and Ogis, though, one that really stood out alongside Bowen Tuckett and Joshua Bishop. But it was that partnership of 124 yesterday that really gave this academy team the belief that they could win this game. For long periods here today, most of day 4, they're looking favourites. But once again, Marquino Mindy and the Jamaica Scorpions, led by Marquino Mindy mainly, hit back. The Jamaica Scorpions pick up 4 points, winning by 40 runs.
Yeah, ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Altitude determines how well you do it. And in the end, seeing Carl Tuckett there, the father of Bowen Tuckett, he might maybe have some harsh words for him as well, or maybe massive support. But hey, he tried. Hey, good cricket game. Mali, you just want to thank you very much for holding down the fort, and especially the entire 360 crew here. And we will be back after the 2 weeks break to be able to bring the action live and in living color. Some good cricket. 1 century from Johnny Campbell, a number of half centuries. Becky Joseph, so some improvement. Teddy Bishop getting his 2nd. Ogis getting his 1st. Yeah, so some positives in the end. So on behalf of the entire team, this is Vernon Springer signing out here just before lunch. We also see the water unit maybe just surfing around to maybe just make sure that they keep the athletes on the go. Jason and his entire team, Billy Joe, we want to say thanks to the entire team, 360. It was a pleasure bringing this cricket coverage to you. I'm Vernon Springer along with Marla Richards signing out.